And to details. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi started a visit to France to participate in Paris Summit for new global financing pact. President el-Sisi's participation comes upon an invitation from his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron within the strong strategic relations between Egypt and France. The president's visit reflects Egypt's effective role at the emerging economies level in a way that contributes in boosting the international initiatives that aim at supporting the developing countries as well as providing sufficient funding to overcome the repercussions of the global challenges, including climate change, coronavirus pandemic, and the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. During the Paris Summit, the President will discuss a number of files concerning means of supporting the developing countries to face these challenges and achieve the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, including the international commitment within Paris Accord for climate change and the outcomes of COP27 conference. President el-Sisi will also tackle the national Egyptian experience in the field of clean and renewable energy. The President also is scheduled to hold several meetings with senior French officials to discuss ways of boosting cooperation and tackling regional and international issues of common concern. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received on Wednesday the CEO of the French global shipping company Rodolphe Saadé and a number of the company officials. The meeting tackled ways to expand the activities of the company in Egypt in the coming period and the operation of Tahya Misr multi-purpose terminal at Alexandria port. The president said that Egypt is keen that the cooperation with the French company represents an added value and a leap in the development of the Alexandria port to boost the activity of the port regionally and internationally. For his part, the CEO of the French global shipping company praised the business atmosphere in Egypt, which is witnessing positive development. He said that the company is looking forward to expanding cooperation with Egypt in operating additional ports. The president also received the CEO of Alstom company, Henry Pupart-Lafarge. The meeting tackled the joint cooperation with the French company in the field of mass transportation. The president praised the constructive cooperation with the company in the framework of the distinguished relations between Egypt and France. President el-Sisi said that Egypt is looking forward to establishing centers to train Egyptian experts to benefit from the foreign expertise. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli headed on Wednesday the Cabinet weekly meeting at the government's headquarters in the new administrative capital. During the meeting, the Prime Minister praised President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's inauguration of the new national projects in Al-Abadiyah village in Al-Bahira Governorate in the framework of Decent Life projects. The Prime Minister said that the inauguration of the new national projects reflected President el-Sisi's keenness to follow up the implementation rates and quality of the Decent Life projects. The meeting also reviewed the outcomes of the Prime Minister's visits to Ukraine and Russia, as well as the visit of Iraqi Prime Minister to Egypt. The meeting also tackled means of providing basic commodities to citizens as well as controlling market prices ahead of Eid al-Adha. Head of Suez Canal Authority, Vice Admiral Osama Rabia, held a press conference on Wednesday to review the achievements as well as revenues and statistics of the current fiscal year, as well as updates of developing the South Sector project. Rabia said that the Suez Canal's revenues have reached $9.4 billion during the fiscal year 2022-2023, with an increase of 35% compared to the last year despite global economic crisis. He noted that developing the South Sector project is expected to be finished by the end of the current year, pointing out that the development of the waterway comes on the top of the authorities' priorities. The first phase of the biggest political forum kicked off in Egypt with participation of 7 political parties. The forum aims to shed light on the political parties' efforts during the past year and review the future vision of the parties' activities. The political parties include Mustaqbal Watan, Al-Sha'b Al-Jumhuri, Humat Al-Watan, Masr Al-Haditha, Al-Mu'tamar, as well as the coordination of parties, youth and politicians.